Hello, this is Karen, and this is part 2 of Who's Who in Your Estate Plan, Many Hats for Many Roles. This is the second part of the timeline after death. These are the hats people would wear after the death of an individual. After someone's passing, one of the first drivers of action is making final arrangements. But who does that? After someone's passed, a lot of people will go to the funeral home and say, "My Uncle Joe just passed. I'm the POA. What do I do?" The funeral director, who has had this conversation hundreds of times, will explain that there's a different process at play. Remember that the financial and healthcare agents went away after someone passed away. Again, the POA goes away at death, and these hats go away. The funeral director will probably ask for a family tree, and they'll ask if there's any document that designates the agent for final arrangements. If there is no such document, the law states who gets to make these decisions. Let's take the example of Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe is not married, but he has 3 kids who live across the world. He got a POA off the internet before major surgery, naming his niece Kate, who lives nearby. At his passing, the law states that his spouse gets first priority, then the majority of his kids, and so on and so forth. Fortunately for Joe, he's close to his kids too, and 2 out of the 3 were able to make final arrangements. But what if Uncle Joe didn't have a good relationship with his kids? Then it would have been helpful for Kate to have a document which designates her. She took off her yellow healthcare agent hat at Uncle Joe's passing. But if you prepared a final arrangements document, she would be able to put on a new final arrangements agent hat and take care of all the plans according to what she knew Uncle Joe wanted. After the final arrangements have been taken care of, this role and this hat go away. There's also the business of administering the estate, the assets and debts of the individual, and that might involve opening a probate with the court. To open probate, the will is admitted to court. The will nominates a personal representative or an executor, and this person runs the probate show. They're kind of like a project manager who's at the top, managing and overseeing the business of the probate, signing on the dotted line and making sure others do their job. For example, they might have a guardian appointed for minor children. This might be an individual nominated in the will. Guardians are also sometimes appointed for incapacitated adults who are heirs. The PR may also need to fund a trust with assets and appoint a trustee who will manage those assets according to the terms of the trust. At some point, hopefully not too long, the probate is ready to be closed. The PR has finished their business. When the probate is closed, the PR goes away. Their job was to open it, administer the estate according to the will and the law, and close it, and they get discharged. There are still 2 hats that might remain. The guardian for minor children will wear their hat, at least until the children turn 18 years old, and the trustee for children will wear their hat until the age designated in the trust. In the case of an incapacitated adult, such as an adult heir with disabilities, the guardian may wear their hat for the lifetime of that individual. Similarly, the trustee for an incapacitated adult may wear his or her hat for a longer time too. At some point, though, all hats go away, depending on the terms of the documents, the circumstances, and the law. Well, that's an overview of who's who in your estate plan. There are many hats for many roles, and I hope you have a better idea of where they all fit in. Watch my other video on how to choose the best members of your estate planning team. You can also watch my video about what is an estate plan. Thank you for watching.